Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. My name is Jamie Davis, and welcome to Cleveland Stage Door. I have a special guest today, Keke Nesbitt. She is from the Book of Mormon, coming to Playhouse Square. Keke, hello. Welcome to Cleveland Stage Door.
Hi, Jimmy. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to talk about my journey.
Yeah. And speaking of journey, it's a very short journey. You just graduated recently from college.
Yes, I just graduated from Penn State with a BFA in musical theater this past May. So
Wow.
great to
Right
be
off the bat. And you got a principal role.
on.
That is exciting. So this is your national touring debut. Tell us more about like your character. Tell us more about like how you got into it and what your journey's been so far.
Yeah, so Nabulungi, I feel like this was the perfect role for me to start my career with, leaving college because I feel like we are very similar people in general. We're the youngest, like Nabulungi is the youngest of the town, and I was always the youngest in my class. I had just turned 22 last week, and
Oh wow.
um, and so we both have that like purity, the innocence, the hopefulness of just bettering a community and wanting to um, establish these wonderful relationships. Um, and I think we're both very driven. Like once we have our mindset on something, we need it to happen. We're going to do anything and everything for that to be able to happen. And so, yeah, she's my girl, Nabulungi. I love her.
That is amazing. That is awesome. So you graduated just a couple months ago from Penn State. How did you choose to go to Penn State for your college?
Well, so I think one of the things you hear about all the time about college auditions and the process is that it is very taxing. It's big, it's long. You have so many options to choose from. And I'm from Florida, so it's like people are always like, "Why'd you go to Penn State? Why Penn State?" And I'm like, "Well, it's about the whole. The program is amazing. My faculty was amazing. I love the people that I met there. One of my best friends from home, Jack Maloney, was always like, "You need to come to school here. You need to come to school." And so I always kept in touch with him, and he would always like catch me up on like the latest Penn State news and like what's happening on campus. And when I visited for my audition and I loved it there. I mean, the scenery, the seasons, the people, football, like I wanted to do musical theater, but I also wanted to go to college. I wanted the university experience. I wanted to join clubs, to go to the football games, to work. Um, so Penn State was a solid option for me.
That's awesome. That is great. So you mentioned earlier that you're a Florida girl.
Mhm.
You grew up in Florida. Did you think that you would be getting your debut on the Book of Mormon, or did you have like a thought like or a lot of the Florida girls, they love to go back to Disney and do like Disney
Yeah.
entertainment. Did you think you'd be going right to not Broadway, but musicals and touring, or did you think you had a different like route you were going to go?
Yeah, I mean, it's so weird because musical theater for me was something that just like kind of gradually happened. I don't think there was ever a point in my life where I was like, I want to do musical theater. I think my family is very musical and I bounced around from elementary school and I ended up in an elementary school of the arts. And so I like did theater and I did TV production in elementary school and then I auditioned for the arts middle school and then I auditioned for the arts high school. So it kind of just like gradually happened. And then I was like, what's next? Probably arts college. And so that's kind of how it happened for me. And then, leaving college, I was auditioning like my junior years, senior years for shows and stuff. And I mean, I didn't want to go back to Florida just because I grew up there and I lived there. And I was like, I want to travel. I want to move to New York. I want to do something different. And so it kind of just happened that this was literally knocking at my door. And it was perfect because I was like, oh, great. I don't have to move to the city right now, broke. And I can travel the US and I can meet new people. And it's such a wonderful show. I mean, it's so fun. So, I mean, I'm having a great time right now. I think it was the best decision I could have made.
So you are newer to the tour, correct?
Yes.
So far through the cities that you've done, what have you learned so far?
Well, I've learned to treat my body with respect I need to go to sleep. I need to establish an eating schedule. I need to fuel myself in order to get through the week because we do 8 shows a week, and, um, it's a very taxing show. It's very upbeat and energetic, and I love it, but it does take a toll on you. It's like any other job you have. Um, and so I've had to learn how to deal with that and how to go through these time zone changes and still be awake to get the bus at 7 AM. Yeah.
That's great. That is great. And let's talk about the show some more before we jump back into your history. The Book of Mormon is a 9-time Tony Award winning best musical. Um, a lot of people know it for its like comedy side of things. Like, is there also like a message that comes along with the show? Like, what do you think that people will gain from the show
I
leaving it?
think, um I actually just had this conversation with my family because they saw it for the first time this past week in San Diego, and I asked them, I was like, what did you all get from the show?" And they were like, "The show is so much more than its comedy." I mean, at the root of the show, it's about community. It's about these 2 missionaries who come into this town, hoping to change the world and, to guide these people, and these people are from a different culture and from a different background, and they don't have the same experiences as these 2 missionaries, and so they're like, we don't work that way. That's not how we do things around here." And so it's kind of this like battle, or not battle, but this challenge of we need to help this community, and that's where my character comes in, where she's like, I think we can use these people to help better our world right now, and if you guys could work with me to work with them, then we can make this better. We can make this town better. And so I think at the heart of the story, it is about community and coming togetherness.
That that is a great description. That is great. And so let's talk about this. Let's jump backwards again.
Mhm.
So while you're at Penn State, you were in Rent, right?
Yes.
So let me tell you, I googled you before the interview, and I came across a video of you doing "Take Me or Leave Me."
Yeah.
And girl, let me tell you, if that's how your voice is for this show, you are phenomenal. That was so good. And Rent, I absolutely love Rent. And it's hard to go see some of these like community theaters. And my best friend Stacy, who's my co-host, is going to hate me for saying this, but like it's usually not the best quality. But then you go and come across the video of you singing this, and it was just insane. It was so good, and all of our listeners, they should go out and Google it. Just literally Google her name, "Take Me or Leave Me," and you'll be blown away. It's so good.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah,
What
that was the
what
last year I did in college.
I was gonna say, what did you take from doing Rent? Rent is such a special play and such a
Oh, wow.
unique musical. What did you take from it?
I took to hold everyone you love and the people you don't know, hold them close to you, and don't take those relationships for granted. I think a lot of the times we talk about Rent, we're like, "Oh, Rent is so good. The music is so good." But Rent happened. It's real.
Mhm.
Rent is about real people who existed and real people who were going through this illness and this tragic time. And actually, we had some people come in and talk about their experiences living in New York during this epidemic. And, it was very centering. And it kind of, zoned me into onto why this show is a thing and why it was written and why it was so successful. Because I don't know, we just forget, that this stuff actually
Right,
happened.
right.
And so, yeah, that was Rent for me. It definitely changed my perspective on life.
Especially that.
Mhm.
So let's ask you this: what if there is any show out there, any musical out there, one role is your dream role? What would it be?
Elsa.
Elsa. Okay.
I love Frozen. I am a Frozen girl to the day I die, and, um, Or Anna. Anna's fine too, but Elsa has all the fun songs to me. Like she sings what I like to sing, and that shows about sisterhood. And I have a lot of siblings, and I have two sisters. One of my sisters actually just had a baby. Shout out to you.
Oh yeah,
Um,
congratulations.
Thank you. And I don't know, that show's amazing to me. I don't know, I would wanna do that show.
So what song is your favorite song from Frozen?
My favorite song from Frozen is Fixer Upper, and I know Elsa's not
Oh,
in that one, which is the controversial thing. She's not in that song, but that song is so fun. Even if I could just be in the rehearsal process watching that song every single day, I would do it in a heartbeat. Fixer Upper
that's
is my favorite
great.
song.
That's awesome. So, all right. Well, Kiki, thank you so much for joining us. I don't want to take much more of your time. If you want to see Kiki, come check out the Book of Mormon at Playoff Square this October 24th through the 29th at Keybank State Theater. The 9-time Tony Award winning Best Musical. We'll just be here for a weekend, part of the Huntington Bank featured performance. Kiki, thank you so much for joining us. This was so much fun. This is so great. And
Thank
it's so
you.
great to talk to someone that's like newer. Like I
Yeah,
talked to a lot of like the veterans over the last couple months, and it's always like the cookie cutter responses. Here, it's real and it's genuine, and this was awesome. This was a great
thank you.
conversation, and I can't wait to come see it. I'm gonna be there, I believe, on the 24th. So
Oh,
uh,
awesome.
I'll be there for that one, and I'll come out and say hey to you. Hopefully
Yeah.
you enjoyed Cleveland. If you have you been to Cleveland yet or no?
I have not been to Cleveland.
You have not. So just
No.
the FYI, if you have a tour laminate with that you have,
Mhm.
take it to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and you get free admission.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's one
Cool.
cool fun part there is that that you get into the Rock Hall. Plus,
Yeah.
the Cleveland Museum of Art is ranked one of the best in the country. So you have a bunch of different fun things to do here in Cleveland. A lot of great food right down the street from Playoff Square. I know you're not here for long. Normally it's a little bit longer, but during the Huntington Bank series, it's a little bit shorter. So, but thank you so much for joining me. This was great. To recap again, Huntington Bank feature performance, The Book of Mormon, October 24th through the 29th. Grab tickets at playoffsquare.org. Kiki, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, and I hope to see you in Cleveland.
Thanks, y'all. We'll see y'all next week. We're going to be talking to um, a actress from The Pretty Woman and a gentleman from The Wiz. So that's very exciting. Both of them. We have 3 huge shows coming to Cleveland in the next month. The Wiz starts next week. The Book of Mormon in middle of October, and then Pretty Woman right in the middle of October as well. So very exciting. Kiki, thank you so much. We'll see y'all next week.
2 by 2, we're marching door to door, cause God loves Mormons and he wants some more. A 2-year mission is our sacrifice. We are the army of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.